Welcome back, everyone. Issa here. You all know me as the Hospitality Guru. I'm going to be doing a whole video series on why you should study hospitality management. The first segment on this video will be about the courses. The rest will be about networking, your GPA, does that really matter? Your mindset about hospitality and the degree that you're gonna get with it. What experience you should choose for hospitality, how to study for your courses and ace your exams, how to balance your life with school and work, how to differentiate yourself from the competition, how to interview like a boss. Lastly, my final thoughts on the whole program and what I thought about it and how it shaped up my career. So why should you study hospitality? That's a good question. Well, let's dive into these courses and see what they have to offer. How I'm gonna do this is go through these courses by year and tell you how I went through each of these years. So I'm going to talk about just the unique hospitality courses that I really enjoyed, because there's a lot of basic courses like micro and macro economics, accounting, statistics, English. So for the first year, we took a lot of different courses. We had food and beverage studies, which basically dives in the knowledge of the product and the history of it and the sustainability issues. You get introduced to a lot of alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages, the practical skills required to work in this sector. And what's cool about this course is that once a week, other than the course, we would have a bartending lab. Yeah, you heard me. So basically you have like 30 different bartending stations all set up with like their drinks, their water, their like ice, everything. So what's so cool about this class is that we got to learn how to actually bartend by following the prof. And we were tested at the end of that course on an exam where we had to make 5 drinks in a time span in around 2 to 3 minutes. And we got graded on speed, efficiency, presentation, accuracy. So that was a really cool course. Another cool course for the first year was hotel operations, where you basically learn a lot of different characteristics and challenges by the hotel industry. So in this course, you're taught the hotel management system, and students experience various operational steps in order to learn the hotel guest cycle. And then in the second year, we had courses like customer management, which was one of the sickest courses I've ever taken. You learn how Disney paved the road for hospitality, how they came up with this concept of guestology, basically like the study of guests. You learn the art of customer service in many different hotel, restaurant, hospitality sectors. You're literally learning the science behind customer service and why it is so crucial in the industry. So that is a really cool course. I really highly recommend it. Then you learn an introductory course to hospitality and tourism marketing. So you basically learn the basic concepts of marketing and how it applies to the hotel industry and the different sectors in there. And you do kind of like assignments on like specific companies in the world and how they use marketing for branding and the uniqueness of how building brand loyalty is so important, and also teaches you about the promise you make to your customers with a brand. Like that's a really cool course as well. Then there's cost control. This is gonna either be your best friend or your biggest enemy. I had a pretty good relationship with this course. I really liked it because the prof who taught it was like really cool and funny, and it was a 3-hour class. So you're basically learning how you can minimize your costs as much as possible and as effectively as possible in your industry when it comes to cutting your meat, to your drinks, to how you serve, to how you limit the spillage of alcohol or beverages so you can save the costs on that, operational costs. Like basically any variable cost there is in a workplace, you learn how to minimize or mitigate the effects that costs can have on your business instead of managing the revenue getting brought in. Because we always focus on revenue, how much revenue can we generate, how much revenue can we bring into our business, but people don't really focus on how much cost you can mitigate so your profits will be increasingly higher. So we learn topics including budgeting, receiving, inventory, storing, issuing, menu pricing. Yeah, we had a whole chapter on menus, how you should design your menus and how you should price them. How cool is that? So that was cost control, but don't worry, there's a course for revenue management. And in revenue management, that's when you learn everything on how you manage your revenue, implementing different strategies to generate as much revenue as you can. You learn to identify and exploit opportunities to seek different strategic ways of retaining revenue or making more revenue. And you learn a lot of different math equations, especially for hotels in this course. So I really like this course because it taught me all the back end on sales and what they go through for the hotel. And the last course I'm going to talk about for the second year is Entrepreneurship. So basically you get placed in groups, okay? Basically you propose a business plan, you talk about your financials, your marketing. Like this is a legit business plan that you need to make, but it's like in a simulation. And then at the end of the semester, you're basically presenting your business idea proposal to the entire class, including some guest speakers that come from the industry to hear what you have to say. And you get graded. Like it's kind of, I felt like I was on Shark Tank. I was like, okay, so this is our business. We're gonna have a retirement home and at the same time a child daycare. This is how much investment we need. This is how much loan we're gonna take from the bank. Like it was actually really cool. In my third year, hospitality courses I took were sustainable tourism. And that was such a cool course because at first I didn't think I was gonna like it. But then you learn a lot of different controversial topics you talk about, like volunteer tourism. So I actually learned how bad it can be to volunteer to go to a third world country and help build a home. Yeah, doesn't sound right, eh? But I'm telling you, there's a lot of things you learn that can actually create so much negative effects in another country's economy where you think you're helping but you're not. So sustainable tourism was such a cool course because it really broke down my politically correct thoughts and kind of made me think of it with a different perspective. And let me say something, a lot of businesses are not as sustainable as you think it is, guys. Then you have financial analysis. Shout out to Mark. Man, this guy is one of the best profs, one of the best teachers I've ever had in my life. He made such a course that was supposed to be boring and just all math, really fun. I remember him telling me if you have your money in a savings account, you're basically losing it because it's depreciating with value because of inflation going up by 2% every year. He's the reason why I started investing, guys. That course, wow, that was so valuable. But yeah, financial analysis was such a cool course, and I just want to say shout out to you, Mark. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Now, your fourth year is when you get really deep into hospitality. I think almost every course I took was hospitality related. So the first course I'm going to talk about in my fourth year was hospitality business simulation. This course is basically a simulation of the hotel business. You get put into a group and you literally manage a hotel from every aspect. You're in charge of finance, you're in charge of the marketing, you're in charge of employees and labor, you're in charge of everything you can think of in a hotel. And every day we go through I think it was a 2-hour class, and you're sitting in your groups and you're making plans and you're discussing strategies on how to ensure employee productivity, customer satisfaction, employee satisfaction. Yeah, literally we'd have days where our employees are complaining about how they're not happy at work or how the customers are giving reviews. This was legit, guys. This was so legit. But that course was cool. It taught us a lot about real hotel problems and what they have to deal with. I was mostly in charge with the finance part of that because I was more of a math guy in my group. But we got to take turns every I think it was every quarter we took turns to switch positions. So eventually I got to be the general manager, which is my goal one day. Hopefully I'll make it, guys. You have career development, and this course basically teaches you how to make a resume, how to interview. The final exam is literally an interview with real people from the industry. You pick your dream job, you pick why you want it, and then you go to the interview and they literally test you by conducting an interview with cameras on you, lights. It's actually kind of scary, but that was a really cool course because it kind of taught you to be comfortable with interviews, how you should approach people, how to shake someone's hand. Yeah, that's right. I know how to shake someone's hand, guys. I'll teach you that in another video. But yeah, career development was a really good course. I always wondered why they made it in the fourth year instead of the first year. I was thinking if you're first year, it'd probably be better to know how to make a resume, how to do interviews, how to do all this. But the reason they did that is because in your fourth year, that's when a lot of different hotel industries approach the program and want to hire graduates to work for their company. So that's the reason why they do it on the fourth year, so they can really prepare you for that and get you used to that. But yeah, amazing experience. I'll just talk about a few more courses. Another one is cases, where you're basically put into groups again. Yeah, I know there's a lot of group work, so it really teaches you to work with people that you don't like, people that you don't get along with. But yeah, anyways, so cases is basically when you get a case every week to work on. and every group has to present a case twice per semester. I think my group, one case we did turtle tourism. I forgot what country it was. I'm so sorry, guys. I forgot. Don't be mad at me. Mark, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry. Trust me, I knew during the presentation. But yeah, we do a lot of different cases on hospitality, and there were a lot of controversial subjects, and it was really cool. I'll talk about 2 more courses. So there was a risk and crisis management course. And what's crazy about this, guys, is that in the beginning of the course, because this was in September, right, when we took this course. So when we took this course, our prof was talking about COVID as like the main example as risk and crisis, okay? But this is when COVID was just starting in China. Like nothing happened yet with COVID. And every week, which the prof would keep making examples of how COVID can like really go out of proportion, how it can like change so much, how like people will lose jobs, this, that. And I swear to God, one day it got to the point where it came to Canada, and then we were doing courses. I swear, we were doing our classes online, and our prof was just there waiting for us for our first course. She was like, "I told you so, guys. You didn't listen to me." And we were just like, "Yeah, we didn't." So that was really cool how we saw like theory applying literally to the real world, and that changed all of life. The last course I'll talk about, which is the most important course of your entire program, is project management. In this course, you basically put all your knowledge and learning to fruition. What I mean by that is that you get put into groups, yeah, I know, again, and you have to organize a themed event. Yeah, so our theme was the night at the Carnivale, and you have to show like what you learn in terms of like your food service, your management, your organization, how you planning, and you do this throughout the whole semester while working 30 hours a week, studying 6 courses a semester. Don't ask me how I did this. I will make another video for that. But yeah, sorry, I let out a bit of frustration out of that. But sadly, after all our hard work and preparation for this event, it didn't end up happening because of COVID-19. Yeah, I know. It's okay, we were all in the same boat. But yeah, that's basically the program in a nutshell. Keep in mind, I didn't mention any of the basic courses, any of the electives, and this is basically my favorite hospitality courses. So I hope this was really helpful and you guys now enroll in the program. But don't blame me if you wasted $10,000 a year of your money. Yeah, I know, it's a lot of money. The program costed around like 10 to 11,000 a year Canadian. I did my program at Algonquin College in Ottawa, Ontario. But honestly, it was the best experience of my life. I will make different videos on how it changed my life in terms of like networking, making connections, building my character. But until next time, guys, thank you for listening. Take care. And if you like this content, please subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate all the love and support.